what? This has just like scuppered all my plans. Hold him until January if we're Jason! Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel Feathered Tales. In my last video I told you guys about a little white cat Pionus that was available on rescue. I told you that if she was still available, me and Jason would be applying to adopt her in December, January kind of time. Now the question is that still going ahead? I am happy to report that that is not going to be the case. Unfortunately for me, Angel did actually get adopted by another person before I had the chance to apply for her. So I am very, very, very happy to report that she has actually found a wonderful, loving new home. I don't know where it is, I don't know who's adopted her, I just know that they found her a new home and I really hope she's very happy and doing really well. However, that means that in January I will not be getting a Pionus parrot, which I'm heartbroken about. So the plan is to still get a bronzewing baby from the breeder I found in August and obviously train it up from there. So sorry to disappoint you guys, but you're gonna have to wait a bit longer. Is what I would be saying, but things have changed. Yes, there has been a slight change of plans. You see, while I've been actually researching about Pionus and looking into them, looking at their health and habits and everything else, all the research involved it before you should get a parrot, I became a part of the Facebook group Pionus Parrots, which is a group dedicated to owners of Pionus parrots. It's a place where Pionus owners get to share photos of their parrots, videos of their parrots. People that are new to Pionuses can get information and they can get advice and everything else on everything Pionusy. So if they've never owned a Pionus parrot before, they know exactly what they're getting themselves into to an extent. They can get advice on cage, diet, illnesses, loads of different things. This Facebook group is fantastic for anyone thinking of getting Pionus. A lot of the people on there are really knowledgeable and really helpful long-term Pionus owners. If you have any worries or concerns, just pop on a message and they're usually really good. And it's this Facebook page is actually the reason that we've had a change of plans. Just at the start of December, end of November kind of time, I stumbled across a post of someone trying to rehome their little white cat Pionus. And he looked dead sweet and dead cute and I was like, oh, the poor little thing. But 90% of the people on this Facebook group are in America or in the USA of some way, shape or form. A few in Hungary, there's a couple in Switzerland, I think there's one in Norway. There's a variety of us from all over the world. I can't do anything about it. It's in America. Oh, I'd love to try and rehome it though. But I read through the post anyway. And then someone actually asked the question, where are you based? And they answered. And they were based in the UK. They were actually based in the UK. The person trying to rehome this little Pionus parrot was based in the UK. I could not believe it. I'm like, what? This has just like scuppered all my plans. When I saw it was in the UK, I got dead excited. I was like, oh my God, Jason, look. And I did the thing that I always do when I find a really cute animal that my heart just pulls strings at, is I took my phone and I ran it to Jason's face. I was like, Jason, look at this, look at this, look at this. And I literally shoved my phone in his face like this. Going, look, it's a parrot. It's in the UK. And it needs rehoming. No joke, that is basically what happened. Him being the wise, wonderful master that he is said, no, Ashley, we're not getting a parrot until next year. I was heartbroken because I was like, no, Jay, I promised Jason I couldn't get a parrot until January. I promised him. And at this point, we didn't know that Angel was no longer available. Angel was still available on Problem Parrots at the point of this post. I knew that if she was still there, I was going to apply for her. So I just left a message. I'm getting really uncomfortable on my knees here. Let's adjust you guys down slightly. Get a look at my ugly move where I'm readjusting you. Promised him. 2021 was going to be the earliest I was going to get a parrot. Something in my gut instinct told me to just send a quick reply. I can't remember my exact comments, but it was somewhere along the lines of, oh, he's so beautiful and cute. I really wish I could offer him a home, but I promised my boyfriend I wouldn't get a parrot until January. And then it went along the lines of, she asked me where I'm based, and I've obviously said I'm Northwest UK. She said, can you send me a private message? So I did. We got to talking. So when she private messaged me, she asked me a few questions about what things I've learned about Pionus or what knowledge I know about bird care and things like that. I basically gave her a full breakdown of everything I've been researching since June, from nutrition, health, diet, training, care, cage requirements, blah blah blah. I just gave her a whole spiel of exactly what I learned about parrots. I also was very honest in the message about wanting to free fly him. Now, Free flight is a very controversial thing in the parrot world. A lot of people are for free flight, a lot of people are against free flight. Some people are pro clipping, some people are pro feathers. I was really scared that because of the whole controversy between free flight and everything, that she was just going to say, nah, stuff that. But she said that she is willing to hold on to him if they can find, or if she thinks he can find, a 5-star home for him, or someone that's really going to give him the love, care and attention that he truly deserves. And so we started getting to know each other, we started having a chat about him. She said yes, which I was a bit baffled with at first, because I was like, well, I wasn't expecting you to say yes, or to even think that someone like me, who's not had a bird for many, many, many years, would be an appropriate home. And she actually turned around and said to me that a lot of other people have been interested in him, and there is a couple others that she is considering, but they haven't done anywhere near as much research as me. After we got to talking, I had a word with Jason, and because it is going to be a rehome, he was actually originally a rescue. The person who is rehoming him actually rescued him from a quite neglectful situation. She's been working with him, and the reason she got him was for some company for her Patagonian conure. Unfortunately, they've not been getting along, and it also means that he was available for me. So what's that mean for us? Well, I wasn't going to promise anything until I had a word with Jason, because at the end of the day, we are partners, and anything I do, I have to consult him and make sure he's okay with it too, because otherwise it's just unfair. You should never do anything that makes one of you uncomfortable if you're in a partnership, relationship, companionship, whatever you want to call it. So I consulted with Jason, and I explained to him that she said if we are willing to take him on, because she does think we're going to be a really great home for him. Speaking of the Jason.
Okay, for bargaining.
Exactly.
When was they meant to get the bird?
August. I did mention this in the video.
I lost my train of thought now. Anyway, regardless of Jason's, what can I even call that? Disruption? I did genuinely consult with him and say, look, she is willing to actually keep hold of him until January. If we're Jason! Please turn the light back on. Thank you. Please leave the light on. Wrong light. Stop it. So after consulting with Jason, explaining that we can keep she's willing to keep hold of him till January for us if we are able to get ready in that time, he, as he said, gave up arguing. I said, you know what, fine, so long as we do wait till January, you can have that bird. I was over the moon, but it does mean that we will be now getting our little Pionus in January. 3 days time. So basically what happened was I've actually been down to meet the bird in person, and he is so sweet and so cute. She sent me loads of photos and videos of him. She sent me loads of photos. What are you doing? I don't trust you right now in the slightest. I don't want to start speaking to the camera because you're going to start moving things and putting things in the way and distracting me and sticking things to my head, aren't you? That's a yes. Anyway, before being disrupted, I wanted to go down to see the bird before actually getting him, to see how we get on and see if there is any sort of connection, really. The reason I say that is because the last time I had a bird, or went and rehomed a bird, was my umbrella cockatoo, and we had an instant bond. And I'm not even joking, that bird loved me from the second it saw me. It took one look at me and went, you're my human. He jumped on my lap, he let me stroke him, fuss him, pet him. That cockatoo loved me. And so I wanted to go and meet Quaffle to see if there was anything there, because I know that he was a rescue situation. I know he hasn't been with his current owner for very long, so I wanted to see if there was a chance he took a liking to me or Jason. And when we went down, he was a little apprehensive at first. You can tell he's not been very well socialised. You can tell he's not been very much handled. And again, that's not his current owner's fault. She's not had him long. It's purely because of the neglect situation he was in. And so we decided, you know what, just see what he does. And so I took it really slowly. She let us hold him, and he was okay with us. You could tell he wasn't very happy. He was very nervous about us holding him. He stepped down to me just fine. He stepped over to Jason just fine. We popped him back on the perch. He was still nervous. Did a bit of target training with him. He enjoyed that, but was still very nervous. So after that, we were like, do you know what? Let's just let him do his own thing. His current owner popped him back towards his cage and was like, do you know what? If he wants to come out, he'll come out of his own accord. And I noticed in his current cage, he has one main door and then he has like a feeding door. And he preferred to come out of the feeding door. So after about an hour of talking to him directly and trying to interact with him, and him being curious but still scared, so I went and placed myself next to the opening where he was most comfortable. And then I just let him observe me. So I was talking to his owner, I was interacting with her other birds, and Jason was interacting with her other birds. One of her Patagonian conures was addicted to Jason. She went straight to him, she was all over him, she was after his glasses, she was after rings on his jumper and all sorts. She loved him, she was besotted with him. And while I was actually interacting with one of the birds, Quaffle found this interesting, and he took notice of me, and he started coming towards this opening. Of his own free will, started coming towards me, and he started just watching me and looking up at me. It's like, there's something about this human, or at least that's what I think he thought in my head. He started to be intrigued. And then if I tried to start going near him, he'd back away a bit, so I backed away, and you could see his little brain clicking, going, oh, she understands my body language. And at one point he went to sit on his perch, or went to sit on the door to his cage, and actually allowed me to give him head scritches, which was so cool. It's like, wow, I've only been here like an hour and you're letting me give you head scratches even though you're this nervous. And he quite happily let him do it. I literally just held my hand there in the scritch position, and he lowered his head and let me scritch him. And then when he wanted to stop, I stopped. And then he put his head down for more, so I gave him more, and then he took it away. So I left it at that. Unfortunately, I didn't get a lot of video footage of this because I just wanted to get to know him. Then he did something that really surprised me and his current owner. He climbed to the top of his cage and he started walking along this little ropeway that I was leant against, and placed himself not on, he wouldn't go on my shoulder, but he placed himself directly behind me and started preening my hair. I'm not even kidding. He was just sat there preening my hair, and so I leant my hand up to see if he wanted scratches, and sure enough his head came down, and so I started giving him little scratches and little massages. I did manage to get a little video clip of this, and it was so cute because that is a sign that a bird is comfortable with you. If a bird is willing to come that close to you of its own free will, it's a very, very good sign, a very good sign indeed. So I took that as a very, very positive thing, and the fact that he likes me. He's not too sure about Jason. He's not let Jason touch him yet, with the exception that he let Jason hold him for a brief moment. He wouldn't go near Jason. If Jason tried to go near him, he very quickly backed away. But he willingly came to me of his own free will for scratches and love and attention and fusses. And that makes me feel fantastic because it means that there's a very good chance that I can build a great bond with him. Like I said, we are getting him in January, is when we should be getting him. There's been a bit of a change of plan. The person that's currently owns him is actually going away for Christmas to see family for a couple of days, and he's going to be in the cage all on his own with a pet sitter coming in and feeding him and giving him water once, twice a day. The Patagonian conures have each other, so they're not going to be lonely, but it does mean that he's going to be stuck in that cage for 3 days. I don't like that idea, and I felt really bad and really sad for him. So she actually asked us, would you like to take him earlier and have a 2-week trial, which is basically you get to interact with the bird, or you get to have the bird own the bird for 2 weeks. If it works out great, you then pay the person you got him from. If it doesn't work out, you can send them back and they will find another home for them instead. Now, I'm very confident that this 2-week trial is going to go really well, but we didn't have anything ready at all. We're going to buy his current cage off his owner. We've also bought him a new cage as well, because the one that we had left over from my African Grey, the bar width is just slightly too big, and there is a risk that he could push his head through, get it stuck, and end up dying from a panic attack basically. I don't want to take that risk. I have spoke to other Pionus owners and they said that their birds are in 1-inch cage and have been perfectly fine for years, but I don't want to take that risk. If there is a risk that he could get his head stuck and he could potentially die from it one of the days that he is on his own at home, I don't want to take that risk. I don't want to lose him. So we bought him a second cage so we can have one upstairs for bedtime and one downstairs during the day. He is going to be out of the house whenever we're out of the cage whenever we're at home. So if Jason's at home alone, he's going to be out the cage with Jason. If I'm at home, he's going to be out the cage with me. So he's not going to be spending that much time in his cages anyway, but I still like the idea of having a downstairs cage during the day and a bedtime cage because he does need 12 hours of uninterrupted sleep. Because we couldn't get him straight away and we did need a lot of stuff, we have pulled a lot together in order to get everything ready and set up. We've got toys, we've got bowls, which we still need to get more bowls. We don't have enough bowls. We have perches, cleaning equipment, we have weighing scales. We have got everything this little bird needs before bringing him home, and I probably will need to do a video on exactly what you need before you need to bring a bird home. There's so much stuff you need to get, it's ridiculous. But we do have it all now. We just need to get his cage set up in the living room. Once that's set up, we can bring him home. I can't actually have time off to go pick him up until Tuesday. So on Tuesday of this week, he will be coming home and I can't wait. So without further ado, please meet our new member of the family.
You shouldn't be in there, should you? Mister, you shouldn't be in here, should you? Come on. You're a bear. You're a bear.
Thank you ever so much for watching, guys, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can find out or watch the video of us bringing him home, our first days together, our first training session together, and so many videos that I've got planned. I'm going to have a blast with this little guy. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a big learning curve for both me and him, but I can't wait to see his progress. So like I said, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to see the next video. The next video will be us bringing him home. So I'll see you then, guys. Bye.